Hi, it's Claire and welcome to Needle Say More. Today I'm going to show you how to sew a zero waste tea towel. So I've got this scrap of fabric left over from when I made a Roman blind. So it's 100% cotton, it's an upholstery weight, it's nice and thick. So I thought it'd make a great tea towel. The width is 40 centimetres. So I want to use it as is. It's slightly smaller than a standard tea towel, but I think it's big enough that it'll still work. So to make it look a correct shape, so kind of an in proportion rectangle, I'm going to trim it down to 60. So it'll be 40 by 60 centimetres. Luckily, this fabric has the triangles and the stripes on it. So I'm just going to cut down the side of the grid. So I know this will be a nice straight, even cut. Once the fabric is accurately cut to size, you're going to start by prepping the hem. So we're going to do a double folded hem, so all the raw edges are cased inside. So you're going to fold the raw edge over by 1 centimetre, press, we're using a hot iron and some steam, all the way along all 4 raw edges. So I'm starting on the short end first. So pressing over by 1 centimetre, lots of steam, nice hot iron, and then I'm going to repeat again. So it's a double folded hem. The next stage is to stitch the double folded hem into place using the sewing machine. So you can see it's been folded once and then once again, so 1 centimetre each time, and it's been pressed into place with a hot iron. You can pin it at this point if you want to. It's completely up to you. This fabric presses really nicely, so I didn't feel pins were necessary. I would advise starting on the corners because these can be quite bulky because you've obviously got several layers of fabric folded in both directions. Again, if you've watched any of my other tutorials, you'll know that when I'm top stitching like this, I like to use a hump jumper on the corners so that I don't get stuck when I've got several layers of fabric. So you can use a hump jumper. In this case, it's a piece of folded calico. You can use that to make sure when you're on the corners and you're starting off, you don't get stuck trying to get the presser foot over the lump of fabric, and it just supports the back of the presser foot. So I'm stitching around the edge of the tea towel in a big rectangular shape, about 8mm away from the folded edge so that I'm catching the hem all the way around, remembering that I pressed it previously at 1 centimetre. You can use different points on the machine to line up your tea towel to your presser foot to make sure you're getting a nice straight accurate hem all the way round, and you want to keep the corners nice and neat. So needle down, foot up, turn, and use a hump jumper to give you nice smooth right angle corners. Once you've completed the hem, check that you're happy with the stitching, that you've caught the hem all the way around, trim off any loose threads, and now it's time to add your handmade label. This is an optional stage, it's completely up to you. You could finish the tea towel now and be perfectly happy with it. So to make sure I've got the handmade label in the correct position, I've folded the tea towel in half along the short edge to give myself a little crease. Then I've lined up the label with the small crease, and I've just gone forward and back several times to secure the label in place, and this just adds a nice little finishing touch and a cute little personal finish to our tea towel. And there you have it. From a small remnant, we've got something that's simple, sustainable, and perfectly personal just to you.